You're not late. You're just moving faster than you want to. Nothing is happening, nothing urgent, and still, your body behaves as if it is. Your steps shorten, your breath adjusts, your attention narrows. You don't remember choosing this pace. It simply arrived and stayed. Pace is rarely introduced. It's absorbed. You don't notice the moment it becomes normal, because nothing announces its arrival. Speed feels like a personal trait until you try to slow down and feel resistance where no rule exists. This isn't an explanation, and it's not a diagnosis. What follows isn't about productivity, technology, or self-improvement. It's an observation, a way of looking at how pace settles before anyone asks for it. You don't have to agree. You're not expected to. Nothing here is meant to accuse, convince, or instruct. This is simply an attempt to notice something that usually passes without attention. This isn't about fixing anything. Observation isn't correction. Noticing a rhythm doesn't mean rejecting it. It simply means you can tell when movement starts happening before intention does. Space tells you where to go. It shapes direction. It removes hesitation. But once the path becomes familiar, something else takes over. Speed. Not announced. Not negotiated. Expected. At first it feels efficient. Then it feels normal. And eventually it feels personal. As if this pace was always yours. Rhythm doesn't arrive with force. It settles after repetition. Once movement no longer requires attention, speed becomes the instruction. Not because anyone demanded it, but because slowing down starts to feel unnecessary. Then uncomfortable. There is a rhythm that doesn't belong to any moment. It's not urgency, not pressure. It's continuity. Messages arrive at the same speed. Expectations respond instantly. Silence feels unfinished. You don't feel rushed. You feel aligned. Your attention learns the tempo. Your body follows. Soon, moving slower feels like falling behind, even when nothing is chasing you. A constant tempo removes contrast. When everything moves at the same speed, nothing feels fast. Nothing feels slow. Only deviation becomes noticeable. The rhythm doesn't exhaust you. It trains you until maintaining pace feels easier than questioning it. Nothing stops you. You're allowed to pause, to slow down, to do less. And yet when you try, something feels off. Not guilt, not fear, friction, as if time itself lost its shape. Moments stretch. Silence becomes visible. Stillness feels exposed. You didn't break a rule. You broke the rhythm. Slowing down isn't punished. It's simply unsupported. There's no structure for it, no space that holds it. When everything around you keeps moving, pause stops feeling like rest and starts feeling like absence. Not because it is, but because nothing mirrors it back. This isn't about speed, and it's not about productivity. It's about how a rhythm becomes invisible once you adapt to it. By the time you notice it, it already feels familiar, and familiarity rarely feels imposed. Dark Side Protocol observes how systems settle without announcing themselves. There are other ways to look at this, other tones, other lenses. Some dissect through silence, others expose through satire. Different divisions, the same underlying structure. For now, just stay with the pace you're feeling. Not every system needs the same language. Some require distance. Others need contrast. Punchline doesn't cancel observation. It sharpens it. Irony reveals what neutrality hides. Silence reveals what noise protects. A faster rhythm doesn't need supervision. It regulates itself. Responses arrive sooner. Gaps disappear. Waiting loses its purpose. The system doesn't have to push. It only has to remain consistent. When speed becomes normal, compliance becomes effortless. No one needs to demand attention. It's already given. A sustained pace reduces friction between intention and action. Less time to reflect, less space to hesitate, not because reflection is forbidden, but because it no longer fits. The rhythm doesn't benefit someone specific. It benefits continuity. You don't have to change anything. Not now. Just notice the moment your body adjusts before you decide to. The pace you return to when nothing asks for speed. The rhythm that appears when no one is watching. That quiet difference is still yours, even if it doesn't last. Awareness doesn't interrupt the system. It creates distance, enough to recognize where movement begins without intention. That distance isn't freedom, but it's the point where choice could exist. The rhythm didn't force you. It simply stayed long enough to feel normal. You didn't choose it, but you live inside it. Sometimes that's all a system needs. If this way of observing feels familiar, you can stay. There are other films here, other perspectives, the same underlying questions. Interpretation remains yours. This is Dark Side Protocol. Nothing here asks for agreement, only attention. Systems don't require belief. They persist through continuity. Returning isn't commitment, it's recognition. And recognition is often quieter than resistance.